Sinister one, here to do a review, DVD, VHS, Blu-Ray updates for the month of April. Hopefully you guys saw my review on the movie Found. If you haven't, go check that out. But here's time for an update, and without further ado, let's get it on the road. Something I picked up, non-horror, but you know what? Nazis, baby. Anything that has to do with Nazis, I'm down for. It is called The Eagle Has Landed, with Michael Caine, Robert Duvall, Donald Sutherland, and I do believe they all play Nazis. Haven't seen the movie, but it is based on a true story, so let's check this one out later. That's my non-horror movie DVD pickup. Alright, and let's get into some DVDs. Right here, I'm just going to go with some of the Hammer stuff that I picked up. You know, snapper cases. Can't go wrong with the snap case. They always have good artwork. So, this one is Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed with Peter Cushing. And that's the only name I recognize so far. So, Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed, a Hammer film. Here we have another Hammer film production, Christopher Lee, Taste the Blood of Dracula. Another snapper case. Does an excellent job portraying Dracula. Christopher Lee is Dracula. And then here's one of my favorites, another Hammer film production. Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. I think this one has Peter Cushing in it as well. Not too sure. Or if it's this one. And then here's another snapper case. I picked up the Hearst because it was on my 1980s list. Now, it's one of those rare horror films. It's very romantic, supernatural, hit and miss. You know, it's nothing too scary, but it was on my 1980s horror list, and boom, got it. And you know, I'm gonna have to say that this is very unique in its own sense of way. It's a romantic horror film. Maybe it's been done prior, but still very rare, and in my opinion, it's a must-see. The Hearst. And as promised, as I had that Warner Brother 4-pack, I sought out Coma with Michael Douglas and Snapperback. Picked it up, got it. Just to have it as a single edition. And then here we have, which I found, the widescreen edition, hologram, snapper case, Ghost Ship. I've never seen this one in the cinema. Wow, what a great movie. Pretty graphic in the beginning. Then it had its moments throughout the film. Kind of like a supernatural slasher film. People got picked off one by one. I think this one was early 2000s, late 90s, 2002. So yeah, Ghost Ship. And here we go with some just regular cases now. which I ordered this one online, Suspiria, Dario Argento, and it's an Italian movie. This is a movie about a coven of witches. It's a trilogy throughout Dario Argento's career. I have the second one on the way, Inferno. I'll be doing the update on that one next month. So, my thoughts on Suspiria, wow. The critics said that this movie was very colorful, it was very different, it was Dario Argento's masterpiece. Don't hate your eyes for seeing what you see in this movie, just hate your eyes. I mean, this movie was well made, beautiful, it was graphic in its kill scenes, and at the end, I'm gonna have to say, the ending, the very end of this movie, it really did creep me out. So, I'm gonna have to give this one 4 stars just on that, because the ending, it was something that really shocked me. So, Dario Argento's Suspiria, Blue Underground Edition. It's a 2-disc. Can't beat that. Well made. Pretty much the terrifying first chapter of Dario Argento's Three Mothers trilogy. Uncut, uncensored, and remastered from the original negative. Blue Underground. And my only midnight movie pickup this time. I've saw them all in the wild. Now I'm just going to have to get them online. But The Fall of the House of Usher. This one's with Vincent Price. So I have to definitely check that one out. So my only midnight movie pickup. Still hundreds left to go. And then part of my Dimension Extreme line that I'm starting to collect. This one's called Kill Buljo. Looks like it's just a comedy ripoff of Kill Bill. Just from the cast right there, and then in the back he's got the katana and he's got that Bruce Lee jumpsuit. So probably be a violent comedy, I don't know, but it's on the line of Dimension Extreme. So I haven't seen it, so if you guys out there have seen this, leave some comments down there and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you like it or dislike it. And another Dimension Extreme I've heard a lot about. This one's Rogue. It's a killer crocodile, alligator. I'm no expert. All I do know is that I do love these reptilian killer animal films. So it comes with the slipcover, can't beat that. It's got the embossed, you know, so definitely that was a great find. Rogue. Then here we go with the MGM, the Enemyville 2 Possession. Love the Enemyville horror films. The first one with James Brolin, it was an instant classic, you know. This one I hear is a lot more brutal than the first one, so it's got Burt Young in it, so it's supposed to be based on actual event. So I'm checking this one out. Here we go with the film I'm Caught Out in the Wild, I Drink Your Blood. I remember seeing a review on Mood's channel. Rabid drug-infested hippies on a blood-crazed killing spree. And yes, they were. I remember at Mad Monster Party, I met the actress that was in this film, Lynn Lorraine. Beautiful actress. This movie was from 1970, you know, and one of the directors and producers, this was this is what kind of started it all right here. With making films like this right after Night of the Living Dead, and then just kind of like started the industry. And after that it was movie after movie after movie. So if you haven't seen I Drink Your Blood, get out there, find it, and put it in your collection and watch this movie. It's a great movie. And then here we go with The Ring. Just needed to pick it up, put it in my collection. I'm sure everyone out there has seen it. Here we have a Euro shot collection film directed by Jess Franco, Revenge in the House of Usher. I have yet to see it, but I can only imagine what this movie's about. I mean, it's Jess Franco, so I'm gonna have to put this one in sooner rather than later. Probably some sleaze. Here we have a film with Ron Perlman I picked up at the local dollar store. 5 girls, 5 witches, 5 powers, 1 evil. So anything with Ron Perlman in it, definitely picking it up. And then here we have a special edition of The Hearse and Blood of Dracula's Castle. This is Katerina's Nightmare Theater, and I love collecting her line. She's got a little card in here. She was a WWE diva at one time. I got Death Ship so far, and Whisperers. I think there's a few others that aren't mentioned on here, but definitely gonna collect her line because she does some good releases and some funny commentaries. Katerina's Nightmare Theater, good pickup. I saw this edition of The Hearse, and then I had to get the standalone edition, the snapper case. So this one has Blood of Dracula's Castle. I have not yet seen that one, but it's with David Carradine, so I'm gonna have to check that one out. And then here we have a Yuli Lommel film, Curse of the Zodiac, which I love Yuli Lommel films, except for his director's cut of The Boogeyman. I was kind of like, I'm still kind of wondering what that movie was about. He was just ranting, but other than that, he does make some good movies. I have not yet seen this, Curse of the Zodiac, so if you guys out there have, leave a comment. Oh, here we have a film I just watched over the weekend. It's a Dario Argento presents The Church. Now, this is an Anchor Bay edition. I mean, it's got stickers all over. I have to really clean this up and give it some love, but stars his daughter Asia Argento, and it's about these Templars that kill people. They bury them in an open pit, and then they build a church on it, and centuries later these people go, this guy unlocks this curse, all hell breaks loose, and there is some scenes in this movie that are just really creepy, really disturbing. I mean, this movie's all over the place, but when those scenes happen, this movie creeped me out for days. I'm still thinking about this movie, The Church. Here we have used pickup Carnivore. Here we have an Artisan DVD. I'm finally happy to say that I own Bloody Murder standalone copy. This movie is really rare to find. I mean, it's got the epitome hockey mask guy with the chainsaw. You know, it's a total rip-off of Friday the 13th, but you know what? This movie's great. I love it. Here we have a creature double feature, Voodoo Curse, and Mexican Werewolf in Texas. So can't go wrong there, right? Oh, and then here we have a good old movie that I got. This was also, I think it was 1978, somewhere in there. 1976. Grizzly. You know, this movie stars Christopher George, Richard Jekyll, Andrew Pine. This is a horror fans, you know, cult classic film right here. This one has a cult following. This killer Grizzly, I mean, I put it on one morning and I was like, wow, they did an amazing job with this film. Been seeking this one out for years, but it went for crazy money. I finally found it in the wild for a decent price, picked it up, and wasn't disappointed. Here we have Sarah Michelle Gellar, from the executive producers of The Ring and The Grudge, Possession. Haven't seen it. If you guys have, leave a comment. And we have Warner Brothers 4 film favorites, King of Horror, Stephen King's. I have Creepshow. I really got it for Dolores Claiborne because I don't have Dolores Claiborne or The Dreamcatcher or Cat's Eye in a single edition, but I will pick those ones up. I just recently watched Cat's Eye again. Great film. Dolores Claiborne with Jennifer Jason Leigh and Kathy Bates. That was a good film. And of course Dreamcatcher. Really great film. So this will go into my multi-pack section. And then here we have the special edition Fear of the Walking Dead, the complete first season. Kind of got the little hologram, you know, slipcover. So, you know, it's not the Walking Dead original, but I got into this show and I've been keeping up with it, and you know, I'd have to say I just like it for the drama. There are zombies in there, but it's got a good little storyline. Here we have The Grudge, Sarah Michelle Gellar. I got this one because it was just there at Big Lots. I already own it, but it's got the slipcover, so I'm like, I don't know, I have a thing for slipcovers, so The Grudge. Unopened. And now we're just going to go ahead and go into the Blu-ray because I only picked up one for the month of April. And it's this film right here with this lovely music in the background. I don't know if you've been listening. New Year's Evil. It was on my 1980s list. It's a Scream Factory. So it's a slasher film and I love slasher films, so it was on the list, so I just went ahead and just said, you know what, I'm dropping that $1 and I'm picking it up. So picked it up in the wild. Just another one to cross off the 1980s list. Now we'll get into the VHSs. Here's 2 that I picked up from the UK. And I own 3 of them right now, so we got a few more to go. About 4 more. So I think I got 8 more to go. Excuse me. Freddy's Nightmares from the UK. They got 2 episodes each. This was the late 80s, early 90s Freddy's TV show. And there's 8 UK tapes and 8 United States tapes. So I want to get the UK tapes because they're kind of rare, but they are out there, and You know, these go as far as Brazil, Italy, France, Mexico, but I'm not even gonna go there. I just want the UK editions and United States editions, and this is the UK. This one is Safe Sex, and this one is Do Dreams Bleed. So, you know, it's got that nostalgia from Nightmare on Elm Street, so I'll be watching these here pretty soon on my VHS player. And then we got VHS tape Carnosaur. I remember renting this one way back when with my mom and the movie Magic Shop. This is a trilogy. This is a really good killer dinosaur film, so happy to pick that one up. And then here we have a classic collection, The Ghost of Frankenstein. And then we have House of Dracula with Lon Chaney and John Carradine. And then here we have George Hamilton making fun of the Dracula film with, can't remember his name, but I did a review. He's just making fun of the Dracula character, you know. And then Flatliners, good film. Saw it back in the day on tape. It's got Kevin Bacon, Julia Roberts, Kiefer Sutherland, Oliver Platt, William Baldwin. It's a good little movie right here. And then another classics collection, Son of Frankenstein. And here we have some good old cheese right here, Scared Stiff. This one went for good money, so I paid good money for this one right here. And this one also went for good money, the Granny. So, just some 80s cheese. Then I got this one. I got this one for free. The guy that I bought these VHS tapes, he threw in the Addams Family, so this looked like it was like a McDonald's edition. So yeah, you can't go wrong. I mean, Addams Family, good stuff right there. And here's another one. Tales from the Hood. Love this film. Still don't own it on DVD, but I'm finally glad I got the VHS because it's got those glasses right there. It's an awesome edition. It has what was it? Clarence Williams III in it. It's a good movie right here. So I'll definitely be getting down on this one. I haven't seen this one since the 90s. I think that's what year it came out in. But remember, way back in the day, this used to be one of my favorite films. And then here we have Midnight Kiss. A Kiss to Die For. So that's another vampire film, which I absolutely love my vampire films, and definitely have to check this out because I've probably seen it way back in the day, just don't remember it that well. And that concludes my VHS tapes. I got some this book in the mail right here. Maybe if you've heard of it, Terror on Tape. Really good book. I just got it in yesterday, so I've been going through this book, and it's everything that came out on video. The distributors aren't totally accurate, but It's got a lot of good information, and this movie, or this book, excuse me, it was from, you know, the guy who wrote this book wrote it back in '94, so everything's up to date, up to '94, and everything on here he was writing was on VHS tape. But now, since we're in 2016, most of these films that are in this book you can find on Blu-Ray, you can find on DVD. So that's the beauty about it, is there's a lot of information in here. I highly recommend Terror on Tape. And then an honorable mention, I've had this one for a while. It's called The Mammoth Book of Slasher Movies, and also a great book. And this one's really, really accurate. I haven't seen any flaws with this book. I'm always, reading up on this. I don't own every movie that's in here, but the plan is to eventually own every single film on the planet. So, with that being said, people, thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back with another review. And as always, watch those B movies, and I'll see you next time.